What's up, guys? Your boy 22K13. Going to talk about 8 problems Dixie Carter won't admit about TNA, and it comes from WhatCulture.com. Unfortunately, for all their positive contributions to the wrestling world, namely preventing the WWE from enjoying a total monopoly, TNA has suffered their fair share of unflattering incidents. The company looked to be in serious trouble regarding their current TV deal situation, and although President Dixie Carter wouldn't admit it, do suffer from a lot of problems. The head of Panda Energy convinced her parents to buy a majority share in TNA before appointing herself president in 2003. The tested narrative inherited a company with numerous existing flaws, also a great deal of potential, boasting a deep, if unproven, talented pool and a distinctively selfish style to the WWE. However, over the past decade or so, the negative aspects of the promotion have come to outweigh its positive attributes. Not all of these can be directly linked to Dixie. Many issues are deep-rooted, running all the way back to the very beginning of TNA. However, Carter herself is a sole figure with the power to fix such catastrophic errors, and has sadly failed to do so throughout her tenure. Here are 8 major problems with TNA Dixie Carter will never admit, regardless of how bleak things currently look for the company. Number 8. It can't compete with Ring of Honor. The most immediate problem facing TNA is Destination America Omnium's decision to bring Ring of Honor on board and the hour before Impact Wrestling. Simply put, TNA can't compete. Always benefit from a generally superior roster, more sensible, conventional storytelling, and an air of legitimacy a president such as Dixie Carter immediately dispels. Always also benefit from a feeling of freshness. They never had TV deals of this scale before, bringing a host of relatively unknown faces to a whole new audience. TNA, on the other hand, have appeared on television for over a decade now, and are largely thought of as a laughingstock due to their history of blunder and unprofessional behavior. It seems only a matter of time until they finally bite the bullet and Ring of Honor takes their place as the second biggest promotion in wrestling. Number 7. Unprofessionalism. From failing to pay employees on time to the infamous Victory Road in 2011 main event, TNA has a history of unprofessional incidents which can't help but paint the company in a bad light. The Victory Road incident saw Jeff Hardy show up to compete against Sting while clearly under the influence of drugs. He was sent out to compete anyway, despite this being an utterly ridiculous, dangerous decision. Sting wisely ended the match as quickly as possible, holding a deflate Hardy shoulder to the mat under 90 seconds into the bout. Pan fans, both those who bought the pay-per-view and the crowd in attendance, was robbed of a main event and refunded with 6 months free access to TNA online on-demand service. A more recent but equally unacceptable incident came in mid-2014 when it was revealed that Vince Russo had been working for TNA as a consultant, despite Dixie Carter being specifically instructed not to rehire him by Spike TV. The whole thing was a huge cover-up, blown away when Russo accidentally CC'd an email to a PW Insider journalist. To make matters even worse, it emerged that TNA had lied to their business partner and roster about Russo's employment in order to keep it a secret. Number 6. Booking is convoluted and lacked continuity. It would take a far longer article than this to chronicle TNA's many questionable booking decisions, but enough examples exist to suggest that ideas are often allowed to thrive despite lacking a clear logic or consistency. from ridiculous stipulations such as the feast or fire briefcase, in which one of the winners is rewarded by having their contract terminated, to the constant need for an NWO apron heel stable. The promotion often resembled WCW in its dying days. In 2014, TNA booking was also accused of unoriginality, with the promotion making bearded underdog Eric Young their world champion, shortly after the WWE had done the same with Daniel Bryan. Dixie herself played the role of Stephanie McMahon, a belt in a far less convincing manner. Number 5. It had a history of offensive storylines. Racism, sexism, homophobia, and general tastelessness. TNA had long been familiar with a wide range of controversial subjects in their angle. The rebranding of Samoa Joe, an immensely talented worker who never relied on his heritage to get over, as an ultra-violent savage, was particularly unwise, but even more flagrant example peppered the company's earlier years. The Duck were a heel tag team whose gimmick slowly revolved around the fact that they were a pair of effeminate gay men, while women have always been portrayed in a shallow, objectifying light even by the wrestling industry ropey standard. In recent months, the company looked to have shaken off its needlessly controversial tagline, only to introduce an angle in which James Storm knocked Mickie James onto a railroad track, presumably killing her in cold blood. Number 4. Homegrown talent has constantly been neglected. For all its flaws, TNA has launched the career of many a fantastic wrestler. AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, James Storm, and Frankie Kazarian all made their names in the promotion, and all are invaluable part of TNA history. However, each should have achieved far more than they have done, and surely would have were it not for TNA's constant neglect. The company had always favored older, less talented names over their loyal homegrown workers, almost as a rule. The company's earlier years were dominated by Jeff Jarrett, coincidentally the son of then-promoter Jerry Jarrett, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall, while recent times has seen Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and Sting rule the roost. Inevitably, the big name didn't exactly prove the most loyal or reliable of workers. Many headed straight back to the WWE as soon as Vince came calling. TNA are certainly feeling the effect now, with Styles finally losing patience and jumping ship to New Japan Pro Wrestling, leaving a host of partially developed names and complete unknown behind. Number 3. It's overly relevant upon ex-WWE stars. The TNA roster had always been swapped with WWE cast-offs, unable to resist the temptation of parading a recognizable face for the crowd, usually unveiled after a great deal of hype. Perennial mid-carders such as Mr. Anderson and Bully Ray are rewarded with TNA World Championship reigns and constant main event programs. While this is obviously damaging in the same way as an over-relevant on past stars, taking attention and acclaim away from homegrown talent, it also firmly established TNA as inferior to the WWE, and pushing mediocre stars such as MVP and the ever-unprofessional Jeff Hardy to the moon. The promotion always appeared to be admitting to an inability to stand on their own 2 feet. Number 2. Mistreatment of employees. It was mentioned previously that TNA had a history of failing to pay its workers, but allegations of questionable treatment don't stop there, just as Jesse Sorensen, the flashy X-Division star, was severely injured in a match with Zema Ion, sidelining him for at least a year. Dixie personally promised that Sorensen would always have a place in TNA, as they were not a promotion in the business of firing injured wrestlers. Sorensen was given a role on the production team and subsequently released. As for Zema, He had earlier been diagnosed with a bladder tumor requiring removal, a procedure TNA refused to pay for. Ion even reportedly suffered abuse backstage for making the company look bad. And number one, Dixie let her ego get in the way. Not only did Dixie start off with very little basic knowledge of the business, she immediately established herself as a figure of hate for wrestling fans everywhere, publicly likening her promotion fanbase to the Steve Carell 40-year-old virgin character. Another PR disaster came after the ill-advised decision to promote and hashtag #Dixie hashtag on Twitter inevitably backfired, one which inevitably resulted in swats of abuse from disgruntled fans. Carter then went on to establish herself as a major on-screen figure, first appearing as a good-natured face, then an evil authority figure in the mold of Vince McMahon. Dixie has lowered the quality of her company's televised product for the past couple of years now. Her feud with MVP, of all people, for control of the company was bad enough, a program which the former WWE Met Carter perhaps didn't take entirely seriously. But even after losing her position as director, she refused to step away from TV screens. Dixie's next rivalry was with the Dudleys, who eventually gave the fans a small degree of satisfaction by putting her through a table. Now, as TNA continues to die a slow death, the promotion simply must correct these major problems or face its demise, unfortunately with Carter at the helm. This looked an unlikely prospect. Well, that's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.